Hola amigos, welcome to the second season of Math Concept series to make learning simpler. As the midterms are around the corner, in this video we shall look at how to approach a case and integrating the important concepts and frameworks. There are various phases in case analysis. In the present, we are more interested into the situation analysis of a case and its subsequent frameworks. This is mostly used at the planning and implementation stages of devising a marketing plan. The primary aim is to assess the internal and external factors influencing the business to guide and make informed decisions to synergize and create effective strategies. At this point, we delve only into the areas of analyzing the influencing parameters. Before approaching to analyze or solve a case, read the case very thoroughly, highlighting the key points.
As in, organize the data, not facts. Identify involved stakeholders and their central actions. Significant numbers of the case, including timeline and chronology, concepts and frameworks that are directly or indirectly linked to the case.
Approach the case identifying the problem statement and central issues around it. Assimilate the data points and numbers that are only relevant to the challenge from the case. We also identify where does the problem lie in the 5 steps of purchase process. Identification of the right frameworks is integrated to this step. Whether it is macro environmental or micro market level, and is pestle analysis relevant? Is it about evaluating future potential or present attractiveness of the market to penetrate? Do we have to analyze the portfolio with respect to its value chain activities? Are we trying to influence the attractiveness by assessing the competitive forces and rivalry intensity through 5 forces? Is SWOT analysis necessary with respect to the identifying relative position of the firm and the competitors of the industry? Does the case involve resource allocation with respect to generating revenue or seeking investments? These are the questions to identify the right frameworks. Synergizing these frameworks and problems with the concepts of value proposition, segmentation targeting and positioning, consumer buying behavior, financial and quantitative analysis shall give us the numbers and subsequent justifications towards the decision making. Prioritizing the alternatives are dependent on the outputs and results from analyzing the exhibits of the case. Finally, the case resolution shall be aligning with the implementation and other factors of the company's business model canvas, which shall be uncovered in the upcoming subjects of the trimesters. Moving on to the second segment, the concepts oriented to the marketing cases always depend on the right questions that are asked. The first and foremost question, even before the value proposition, is who am I with respect to the product or service, what company, what business with respect to which industry. The next obvious concept is the 4 branches of value proposition, irrespective of B2B or B2C or D2C. What are the promises and benefits of the value offering? For example, where does Apple stand predominantly in the value triangle? Who are the specific target group out of the market? Example, how does the audience differ for Coke and Pepsi? What is the point of difference with respect to the right frame of reference from the competing alternatives that we have on hand? This intention can be towards status quo or product update or even a new product line. Finally, what is the right to believe? The appropriate reasons should be backed by evidences, numbers, feedback, and observable claims. All these branches of value proposition drive a marketeer on how to manipulate the customer stimuli with respect to who is the customer. What is the root of our persuasion by evaluating all these case information and analysis of perception, behavior, and attitude towards their predisposition and beliefs brings us to the next topic, which is consumer buying behavior. This is basically to study how individuals, groups, or organizations select, buy, use, and dispose goods, services, and different experiences to satisfy their needs and wants. There are 11 frameworks based on the hierarchy of needs, psychological influence factors, decision making parameters, input resources, buying processes, and all the ecosystems that are related to these activities come into the picture. The rationale and pattern behind the decision making is our final main concern. These are quantitatively and qualitatively analyzed with respect to the market size and share. These guide us further in identifying the potential market, served market, and available market. This is where our mainstream analysis based on STP or 4Ps come into the picture. These concepts are explained deep and detailed with case examples previously in the series. Video links can be found in the description. Before we close, once again, it is very important to identify which of these approaches, concepts, and frameworks are relevant to the case analysis one has to do. So, Brush up your marketing shoes and go crazy with your ideas because it has just begun. Remember to never write a lot but draw relevant charts and frameworks in the exam. Do post your doubts on comments if any. All the very best to everyone from the senior batch. See you all at some massive celebrations after your exams. Until then, stay tuned to